in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Evans has it left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now Balaj. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
A crazy sequence here. A huge game that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Wentz going to throw. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Porky, 82, Porky. Go.
On play action, it's Wentz. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Shorty. That's it.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Well, it's just been an aerial attack all the way downfield, and they're putting it to the defense in a big way right now. What do you think, partner? Do you now run the football? Because they're in a pretty good spot already at the outer edges of the field goal.
But, like you always tell me, you're still far enough away from the end zone that a pass could be a good option here, too.
You know, we always talk about running the ball until people take it away from you. I don't see any reason to stop throwing it until they take it away from you as well.
Well, the early returns here on the opening drive, though, solid. Throwing is Wentz. Being chased out left. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the 1st.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype. Type that needs to be broken down for him.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and run this. It's Pumphrey. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll start with a give here to Balazs. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jeff Swaim, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Extra point attempt to follow here. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Lefty, lefty. Go, go. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Now a play fake. Wentz steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Philly. And even 50 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
82, 82.
Now Wentz on third down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
They'll set up a throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now Wentz. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From midfield, here's Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Good chip. Go, go. Black, black. Hey, stat. Here, chip. 81.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete as well.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
81. That's it.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Great 15, great 15.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They run it with Balaj. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Detroit! Gone! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Lucky 56. Gone! Watch it now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's taken down inside the 30. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Black. Great 15. Great 15. Black. 81. 81, 81.
Wentz now on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Ref. 82. Run.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Good chip. Lion. Great 15. Great 15.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Throwing on first is Wentz. Under pressure, they got him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go. Waiting. Lefty. Great 15. Great 15. Shorty.
Play action. Now Wentz. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Run. That's it. Black.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Great 15.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
He's checking. Crash. Man 5-7. Check. Watch before. Great. 81. That's it.
Now Wentz again. He's going to air one out. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
Lion. Come on.
Wentz now on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
It's Pumphrey on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This one's complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Shane Ray in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line in.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Elliott now to kick this one away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Balaj. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now look at 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
All right, here we go. Boom, landing.
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out. And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they? Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there. I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time. Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping. You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, doesn't feel right. Exactly. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
5-7. Very good.
Wentz to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Win. 82. That's it.
To throw is Wentz. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
More Tokyo. Black. That's it.
Wentz to throw. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. Elliott now to kick this one away. Now here's Johnson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The fourth quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And in the late stages, it's the Steelers that have taken the lead. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin the drive with Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Back to throw here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Philadelphia, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. They will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they dropped their 7th game on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
go. Okay, you better. Look. Go. Go. Look at you go. Okay, you better. Look.
Yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. It's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Y'all is a lazy, my posse deep and I raiding. We act the fool for the paper, had a dream and I made it.